guys, thanks so much for clicking on my channel. We're all smiles over here. I am Will Sanja. It's like asking a question. Will Sanja help you keep a smile for today? And hopefully the answer is yes, you guys. I'm gonna try not to keep it long, but y'all already know. If it gets good, I'm gonna keep on talking. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And go to nugget today is don't prolong the wait. But before I get to running my mouth, let's go and do what? Shake up this manifestation jar, and then we're gonna talk about it. Okay, let's see. And I pulled out two, and the first one says what? Pay off home. Congratulations. And last but not least is what? Understanding, and we'll take that all day long. Yes, we will. Listen, don't prolong the wait. Some of y'all are saying, God, why is it taking so long? It seems like it's going to be forever. When am I going to manifest? When am I going to get the promises that you promised me? And really the thing is, you are so close to receiving, but the reason why you don't know that you're this close or so close is because you're distracted. And the reason why you're distracted is simply because, what? You're not all the way aligned and connected, which means what? God is at the forefront of your life, moving in the through you that you're able to sit within your journey with some clarity. And without that clarity, you are distracted by what you're in concerning your learning experiences, whether it's a trial, hardship, tribulation. You're distracted. And so because you're distracted, guess what you're doing? You're missing the signs that God is showing you that you're close. The signs and signals. You know, God gives us all signs and signals to let us know how close we are to receiving our manifestation. It's almost as if you're about to go to a new place and you're driving. When somebody says, hey, listen, you'll know when you get very close when you see the 7-Eleven on the right-hand side or on the left-hand side, right? And so you know that's your marker, right? But what if you're in your car and you're driving and your babies are in the back seat and they're crying and now you're distracted? Or what if you're in the car with somebody and y'all are having a heated discussion, arguing or whatnot? Guess what will end up happening? Because you're so distracted, you will end up missing the sign, which is that 7-Eleven on the right-hand side or on the left-hand side. And by the time you are past it, you think you are far, far back. You think you haven't made it to that point yet, which means what? Now the destination, or in your case, the manifestation, seems like it's farther and farther and farther away, which means what? You don't feel that you're close to receiving. And that's not the case. What has happened is, like I said, you missed the sign and signal. And that's what is happening to us whenever we're not aligned and connected. We don't have the clarity, which means what? Our physical eyes will show us stuff. Our physical ears will let us hear stuff. And the false of the feelings will have us in our feelings to where it'll have us distracted, which means what? It'll put us in a place of what? Being what? Ungrateful, not being thankful. We complaining and whatnot. We are fearful. We are doubtful. And all of that will keep us from seeing the signs and signals that God has laid out for us to let us know, ooh, sugar boo-boo, you close. Ooh, you close to receiving. But if you're so distracted in what your physical eyes and your physical ears and the false of the feelings got you trapped in, you'll miss it. It'll feel like you were not moving forward when indeed you are. You just got to stay aligned and connected, because when you have the clarity, you'll be able to trust God, which means where you'll be focused where you're supposed to be going. If the babies are crying in the back seat of the car, you'll just keep it moving. Okay, babies, y'all keep crying, but it's going to be all right. I'll give you your milk in a few minutes, but we got to get to the destination first. You'll keep moving forward. You won't be distracted. But the only way for you not to get distracted is that where you're grounded with who you are at core, which is God. And that's to be where? All the way aligned and connected. So if you want to know how close you are to receiving your manifestation, receiving the promises that God has promised you, stay focused. Don't prolong the wait. Because that's exactly what happened. Whenever I'm driving, y'all, and I'm distracted in the car with my kids or whatever, and I miss the sign or signal where I'm supposed to turn or whatever by my GPS, I'll end up having to turn around, which means what? Now I have prolonged my waiting, which means what? I push myself back from receiving. And you don't want to do that. Some of y'all are pushing yourself back because you're complaining. You're pushing yourself back because you're not being grateful. You're pushing yourself back because you're not being what? Thankful. Not being faithful. Not trusting God. And it's all because you're not all the way aligned and connected. Allow God to lead. And watch the clarity will allow you to see with your spiritual eyes, hear with your spiritual ears, and sense with the Spirit of God at core to let you see the signs and signals to show you, hey, listen, you're very close. And you'll know those signs and signals. Why? Because you may be in the grocery store and somebody may be talking about the promise that God promised you. That's a sign and signal. You may be at the park and somebody pull up in the whip you want. When I say whip, I'm talking about that car, okay? You know what I mean? Somebody may pull up in that car that you so desire. That's a sign and signal to let you know you're getting close. You'll start hearing the echo effect around you, where people start talking about stuff that you've been praying about, that you requested about. And those are signs and signals to let you know you are indeed moving forward. Don't get distracted. Do not prolong your wait time. Don't prolong the wait. Do not. Do not. Because you really are close. Like I said, when you begin to prolong the wait because you're distracted by something, you'll really think that you're far behind. You'll think you have 10 miles to go, and really you only have 1 more mile to go. Or shucks, a half a mile. But because you ain't watching your mile markers, you're distracted by this over here, whatever that this is, in that hardship, trial, tribulation, learning experience. You're so distracted that you don't know how close you are. And the enemy, that negativity, will have you backtracking when you're so close. So stay focused, stay aligned and connected. Keep the clarity, which means you're going to be trusting God. You're going to be thankful. You're going to be faithful. You're going to be grateful. And you're going to be moving forward. And you will then begin to see the signs and signals to let you know you're really super close to receiving what God has indeed promised you. Y'all get it, got it good. I hope so. But if you didn't, you better do what? Rewind this thing and watch again. But in the meantime, in between time, if you take just a little bit of what I'm telling you and apply to your life to the best of your ability, you won't ever have to mask a smile. Why? Because your smiles will always be genuine. I'll talk to y'all soon. Be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed, be blessed, stay blessed. Y'all know what's coming next. Ciao.